I think that you're a complete and utter danger to everyone.
Welcome back to Cooked in Court. This is my reaction to a mischievous teen who apparently picked up a terroristic threat charge and an assault charge as well. What?
On bond for an evading arrest, a criminal mischief. You've picked up an aggravated assault of a family member and now a terroristic threat? To do probable cause, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. Shh. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. The defendant is the complainant's ex-boyfriend. During a walk-in report, the complainant told the officers that her and the defendant had an on and off dating relationship since the 8th grade, but they broke up in June 2024. In September, the defendant told the complainant, "Stop talking all that mess before I come to your house and fucking shoot you."
Imagine being a high schooler ruining your life over a damn relationship.
The complainant told the officers that right after the incident, the defendant sent her photos of a gun in his lap.
I bet you he thought it was so cool to do that, but he didn't know that it's gonna freaking circulate and the police will obviously find that.
The complainant stated the defendant also told one of the complainant's friends that he was going to shoot the complainant.
So, tell me about the ag assault. What happened there?
Your Honor, in the ag assault, one moment.
In the criminal mischief, is it with the same complaining witness as well?
The criminal mischief's from a prior event where we had experimented trying a drug and kind of got crazy and broke stuff with it.
Yes, Your Honor. And then for the aggravated
Completely
assault,
unrelated.
it says the complainant and her friends went to a party, and at the party they saw the defendant trying to get in, but was ultimately turned away because too many people were there already. While walking, the complainant ignored the defendant, and the defendant stated, "Are you going to apologize?" And the complainant kept walking. The defendant began cussing at the complainant and said, "I got it on me." And the defendant said the complainant said at that time, the defendant got a pistol from his ankle and pointed it at her.
Bro, this kid needs to be in jail for a long time. It does not sound like he's keen enough to be on the streets.
And then witnesses corroborated the complainant's statement. And Your Honor, there's also a pending terroristic threat out of Galveston as well for the same complaining witness. Yes.
Did you know about this?
I did not know about that.
Do you have an open case in Galveston as well? I think, Mr. Poole, that you are a complete and utter danger to our society.
I agree, and the worst part is that he's a good-looking guy. This dude's gonna be loved in prison.
That does any kind of damage whatsoever. I am now revoking your bonds on both of your other cases. Goes with you. I'm sorry. As much as I love you, it's unacceptable the way things have been going. And I think that you don't get the message. And now I hope you do. But I am now going to give you home confinement. You're not allowed out if you bond out of jail. I'm going to make your bond sky high. Truly sad, Mr. Poole, because you have but one life. And when you have a gun and when you start using that, God forbid that you do some irreparable damage, that you dig yourself into a hole where you're looking at 50 to 60 years in prison, perhaps life. 99% of people that are in jail are there because they have no self-control.
Exactly. If most people just thought for one moment, maybe I shouldn't do this, then most people would not be in prison today.
They either use something, they are on something, and they get upset. They wig out without thinking, if I say this, what's going to happen? If I do this, what's going to happen? It's unacceptable. And now I will do everything, like I said, in my power to protect Harris County. So if you do get out, you must remain home confinement. You're not allowed out. No weapons, no contact with any of the complaining witnesses whatsoever, no dope, no alcohol. Anything else? I mean, what does he do?
He's a student, Judge. He's a high school student.
The fact he's in high school doing all of this just means he's going to be way worse when he's older.
So
I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, he scares me.
He scares me too. Imagine being the ex-girlfriend in this situation.
understood. And Chip and I are going to put some things together. I think that there's a different scenario really going on than what this reflects in the probable cause statements. And we're going to bring that to the prosecutors.
If you have something that shows me different to what they have, I'm all ears.
Understood.
You know,
And with your permission, Judge, if we'll get some time to put that stuff together, we can perhaps readdress the bond.
Yeah, absolutely. And I never want to see a kid lose out on school, because to me, it's the most important thing in life,
Understood. If we do home confinement, can there be an exception to that when he's at school and he just has to report immediately back to his home?
Is he like in high school?
It's a high school.
In high school.
I mean,
Yeah, Judge, he's actually currently, because of this situation, doing online school, so he'll be able to do it from home.
Oh, okay, good.
So disregard.
There we go. Are you mom and dad? Come on up. Come up.
Yes, let's see the two people that caused him to be exactly like this.
Come over.
Thank you so much for coming. Shh. It's out of control. I don't know what else to do.
I can just tell from this vibe that the parents are enablers, so they just probably let him do whatever the heck he wants, and they don't even know what he's doing or when he's out the house. I can bet you on that. This family, for some reason, screams spoiled, but like in a bratty way.
But it seems that when he's out in public and he's out, partying, as they say, there's a wake of trouble. Did you guys know that he has a case in Galveston as well?
No, Your Honor, this is the first time I heard of that.
I told you. I literally told you. They probably didn't even know that he was in Galveston to begin with, let alone committing a crime.
Is it currently open?
It's currently open, Your Honor.
Something that the lawyers are also unaware of as well,
We think it's all one event that happened over a few hours. We don't know.
But it's not though. It's not. He's, 12 in December of 23, we have a criminal mischief, an evading arrest. Now, a couple months later, we've got Galveston. It's not. And I think that we need to really give him a wake up call before he really does irreparable damage,
If I could just clarify the two events here in Harris and the one event in Galveston, we think that was all in the one series of events that happened between football games and a party on a hotel.
we need to figure out what's going on, to figure out why it's continuing to happen. I want what's best for your son. I really do. And I will help you in any way that I can. I have to put him in custody today because I have to show him that it's unacceptable what he's doing.
Please put him in his place.
He's picked up an aggravated assault. That's, you've got a great lawyer. We'll be here to figure it out with you.
And Judge, he's already addressed the bond on the felon case as well. So he's gone in and addressed it with the felony. We're just
Bond, huh? Understood. So I'm making your bonds 30,000 each.
Ooh boy, that is well deserved. His parents' Wallace is gonna feel that if they pay
If
it.
you do get out, you better be on your best behavior, and you are not to go anywhere. What I'd like to do is, I'm going to take him in now. I'd like to do an evaluation. It's called a TRAS to see what the best way of going forward. We have clinicians that can sit there and evaluate him, talk to him, figure out what's going on, and perhaps boot camp is the right way.
If I was in his position and I heard boot camp, I'd die on the spot.
Perhaps, we have these other things that we have at our disposal to see how we go forward. Because I just don't know. I don't know what's going on in his life. I don't know what he's doing, what he's taking,
As someone who recently got out of high school, the problem is that there's so many people just like him committing these kind of crimes, being very crazy, thinking that it's really cool to do this just because they got that swag. But the problem is that once they're older, things just get way more serious as they don't learn. They're just being enabled by their parents or neglected. So I can see from here, though, is that he is really enabled and spoiled by his parents. That's my assumption, though.
All right, he goes with you. You're not to commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where the person works. If you violate this court order, the state can and will file a violation protective order, and you violate those conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond. Zero bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person of Harris County. Do you understand, Mr. Poole?
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos.